U.S. plans to supply Ukraine with tank projectiles with depleted uranium. WSJ.
Here's a summary of the article.
Your personal data will be processed and information from your device may be stored by, accessed by and shared with third-party vendors, or used specifically by this site or app. Some vendors may process your personal data on the basis of legitimate interest, which you can object to by managing your options below.
This post received a score of 8,500, with an upvote ratio of 92%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
Aren't most modern tank munitions depleted uranium?
US, UK, and Russia use DU-APFSDS rounds. Everyone else uses tungsten ones.
Would be impressed if the Russians' DU rounds are numerous and high quality enough to be comparable to the US ones. I'm not a tanker, but I've trained with a lot of tanks and they've all told me that the US armor, gun, speed, tank etc. aren't better. It's the US rounds and optics that are.
Abrams armor is only 20 mm thin in places over mechanical parts. Then there's also the fact that American steel is vastly superior in hardness, and there's much better spalling protection. Hell, even those freaking Bradleys seem to be taking anti-tank weapons better than T-90s do. Russia also just lies about its capabilities to sell exports.
IIRC depleted uranium is usually used to make tank ammo. This is nothing.
Correct. Depleted uranium is used to make density of a tank shell bigger, increasing its penetration capabilities. It has nothing to do with radioactivity or anything like Fat Man portable nuke launcher from Fallout game series.
Also, there's two features which depleted uranium has going for it. Off the top of my head, tungsten is actually the better material mass-wise, but, 1. DU self-sharpens on impact. The head of the rod shapes into a mushroom on impact, which starts to shed material as the round passes through armor and sharpens the DU rod, further increasing penetration. 2. The depleted uranium has pyrophoric properties, which makes for a bigger flash on penetration, essentially making it somewhat of an incendiary round.
We also have a massive supply of DU. Milled tungsten sabots are more expensive and timely to produce.
Since DU is a byproduct of producing enriched uranium, any nuclear state is going to have loads of it lying around anyway. Might as well get some use out of it.
Is it actually like dangerously radioactive or radioactive enough to have long-term effects?
Simple answer is no.
Man, depleted uranium rounds pack such a punch, it's ridiculous.
I was allowed to witness how dramatic the difference between conventional versus DU rounds, and I can tell you it is a night and day comparison.
Exactly. It's almost nightmarish how different the forces in the depleted uranium are from typical shells. Our professor let us do the math on it one day as we started getting into uranium and the material science behind it, and popped that little tidbit of info on us by making us do the calculations. Scary, scary shit.
DU rounds literally rip a hole straight through military vehicles that is so obvious compared to conventional rounds that destroy the same vehicle. Reactive armor and plating literally move out of the way of DU rounds. It is actually scary knowing that these munitions exist. The fact these exist makes you a lot less comfortable when sitting inside any armored vehicle. A round could literally peel the entire vehicle in half at any moment, so the difference between armor plating and cardboard on the side is negligible.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.